Splash on the check-in, Splash Wave Beats. Thank you for tuning in. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to convert MIDI into audio in Ableton Live. Okay, so what are MIDI notes? Okay, MIDI notes are the notes, the input notes that you trigger from your MIDI device into the DAW. Okay, the DAW meaning Ableton Live. Okay, and they're represented in blocks on the arrangement view. You can play your notes. You can manipulate the notes however you want on your typing keyboard, your MIDI keyboard, your MIDI device. Okay, you can play it at a different pitch. You can manipulate the pitch, play it at different octaves. However you want to play it, you can play it through the actual VST, a VST like Falcon or Omnisphere or Keyscape, and then it lays down the notes represented in blocks in the arrangement view. Okay, so this right here is a MIDI track. This is a MIDI track. These are MIDI tracks. This is a MIDI track from a drum rack. Okay, this is audio. This is my drop right here. This right here, this is audio. This is an audio track. This is a MIDI track. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this violin right here into an audio track in Ableton Live. All right. But Splash, I'm a beginner at this. Why would you want to convert MIDI into audio? Okay. So you see this right here. This is called a CPU load meter. Okay. And the meter shows the CPU load from your computer. Now, everybody in the world who's a beat maker, they might not have top-notch specs in their laptop or their computer tower. It might be a 10-year-old laptop. That's the only thing they can afford. And you open two Omnisphere VSTs, this CPU load meter is going to shoot up to, depending on your computer, it might shoot up to 75%. Some people just can't handle having 2 or 3 Omnispheres open on Ableton Live on their computer or on their laptop. So what do? They'll convert the MIDI notes into audio, and then they'll delete the MIDI track that had Omnisphere on it or whatever VST that they use. That way, if it is I just picked a random number, 75%, 80%, it'll jump back down to 5%, 10%, whatever. That's one of the reasons why. There are different reasons as well, but that's one of the reasons why people might convert MIDI into audio. So I have this violin right here. Let me play this beat. I'm going to solo this violin track, and then I'm going to convert it into to audio. There are 2 different ways to convert MIDI into audio. Okay, so let me play the beat. Okay, so this violin track right here is only 4 bars. Okay, it's only 4 bars. It plays the same notes over and over again every 4 bars. Okay, so first things first, highlight this right here. It's on track 2. Okay, you want to click the solo button. It's going to solo this track right here. So that means when I play this beat, the violin track or whatever track you have that you want to convert into audio, that's going to be the only track playing. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to make an audio track. Okay. Let's create an audio track. Right click, whatever track you're on. In this case, it's the violin track. Come down to insert audio track. So you want to insert an audio track. Okay. We have our audio track. We're going to bounce the MIDI track right here into audio on track 3. Everything else gets pushed down. Okay. What you want to do is you want to hold control on your keyboard and click solo right here. You also want to solo this. Okay. Then you want to come over here where it says extension in. Remember, this is on track 2. Violin is on track 2. So you press extension in and you come down to violin. Okay, because we're directly recording the audio that's being played from track 2 into our audio track right here, track 3. Okay, don't forget to press the record button because we need to record the audio from here to here. All right, now, while I'm recording, the volume here is kind of low, it's at negative 18.6. So you're not going to see the audio spectrum, but trust me, it's recording. Okay. So let's start recording. I'm going to let it run twice. All right, let's go. Okay, so right there, come down to edit, undo record. So it's going to save that second run that we went through. This is the second, the last 4 bars that it recorded, the second time it went around. This is the second run right here. Why do you let it run twice? Why do you let it record twice? The reason why I let it record twice is because sometimes in Ableton, when you record MIDI to audio, there are some peaks and valleys within the audio spectrum that are not present in the second recording than what you see in the first recording. I don't know. That's just how it is, especially when you have it on arpeggiator mode or, it's like a sequence. Okay. So let's play this. Let's solo this. Let's play it. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could just delete this track right here, get rid of it. This is the violin, Ableton's violin. Okay, if I wanted to, I could just delete this right here and boom. Okay, I could probably save up a little bit of CPU. All right, take off the load just a little bit. Okay, so that's one way to do it. Now, what's another way to do it? You can freeze the track. You can freeze it. And then what you do is you just drag and drop. Okay. So let's solo these 2 tracks again. Once again, I have my violin track. I want to solo I want to solo this whole track in its entirety. Okay. So why don't I just consolidate this first? Consolidate it now. It's not separated into different blocks. It's just one long block. I'm just going to freeze this entire track and bounce it to audio, to track 3 into my audio track right here. What you do is freeze track. You right click, okay? You can right click on this tab over here, the track name, or you can right click on the MIDI clip, freeze track. So you just have to wait about a minute, several seconds,